Yo, what's up, guys? Teacher Paul here, and today we have a coffee request. This is from Maria, and Maria says, this is a brand new video about Russ. So, guys, let's check this out. This is from Cinder Elf channel. Link is in the description if you want to watch it without my reaction. Norway's crazy Russ graduation celebration explained. Let's check this out. Thank you, Maria.
Every year, about 42,000 Norwegian graduation students take part in a 17-day-long celebration that often involves an excessive amount of sex, alcohol, and plain silliness.
It's like spring break, isn't it?
The Russ celebration in Norway is in many ways like the American spring break and takes place in May of each year.
That's what I said.
The pupils who partake in this celebration are called Russ. They traditionally wear overalls and hats color-coded to their particular study path, although few still wear the hat. And it is entirely possible to wear colors from outside your own path of study, but it is more common to stay within these rules. From the most to least common colors, there are red Russ, who did general studies, blue Russ, who studied economy and administration, black Russ, who did vocational courses, and green Russ with agricultural courses. The Russ celebration is such a big cultural thing in Norway that even some other groups have joined in, with kindergarteners wearing pink, lower secondary school students wearing orange, and some Christian Russ choosing to wear white to show purity. There has been some form of Russ celebration as far back as the 1700s, and it
Yeah, they just mentioned the white one. But kindergarten? What? Obviously, no drinking involved there, right? Hopefully. Obviously. But what do the kindergartens, like, do they get a lot of orange juice, or what goes on there, and why?
There has been some form of Russ celebration as far back as the 1700s, and it seems that started in Denmark, as there were no universities in Norway at the time. The word is a shortening of the Latin word depositurus, which is an old term for a young student who is about to undergo an admission ritual at a university. But the celebration as we know it in Norway today didn't truly start until 1905. The red caps were inspired by the hats worn by German students who had visited Norway the year before. Blue caps were introduced in 1916 as a way to separate economic students from the commoners, and from there the practice of color sorting the graduates started. Colored overalls were later added to the ensemble. It would become common to write your name and other statements in white markers or stitching decorative patches on the overalls. Nowadays it is common to buy already decorated overalls at a markup of up to 4 times more than what an undecorated overall might cost you. In fact, Russ celebration spending in general can often be quite high, and it is not completely uncommon for those that can afford it to spend up to 100,000 Norwegian kroner during the celebration, which converts to about $10,000 at the time of making this video. I've even heard stories of those who take up loans to help finance their Russ celebration. The biggest expenditure for many Russ is their means of transport.
So you're telling me that the United States has student debts, student loans, and Norway has Russ debts, Russ loans.
There are many Russ gatherings in remote locations across the country during May, which are not always easy to get to if you do not have your own car. So it became quite common for us to find groups where they could pool their money to buy a car or van, which they would then paint in their Russ colors, name, and decorate, often in obscenities and jokes. But some of the bigger groups could even go as far as buying a whole bus. This has more or less gradually turned into the culturally recognized ideal of the Russ celebration. Traveling to gatherings in an incredibly pimped up party bus, blasting club music and dancing all the way. Those willing to pay for it will...
Is that I Show Speed? Did he join the Russ? Because I know he went to Norway twice. What? Did he... What? That's crazy. That's funny. I didn't see that.
Up party bus, blasting club music and dancing all the way. Those willing to pay for it will spend an incredible amount of money on having their buses custom made to their specifications, some even going as far as to commissioning their own party music from singers and DJs. Russ music has in later years become an integral part of Norwegian youth culture, so much so that artists mainly known for making Russ music has become entirely mainstream and household names. One such...
Wait, Tix is a Russ music producer, kind of? He produces music for that is used in Russa? Didn't know.
Artist named Tix even represented Norway during the 2021 Eurovision Song Contest with the song Fallen Angel, after having won the popular vote from the audience of the local Norwegian Eurovision qualification finale. It is also common to have special Russ business cards printed out with name, picture, contact information, and usually a joke. These to give out to friends, family, and potential romantic conquests. But they are also often collected by Norwegian children, so it's a common sign to see children running over to Russ to ask for Russe cards. As far as I'm concerned, that's the main use case for them. Another big part of the celebration is the concept of russeknuter, or knots. The literal knots in that phrase is meant to be made in the tassels of your russe hat after completing various challenges during the celebration period. But you would often just state that you have done various russe knots, even though you never have any intention of actually tying them in your hat. It's just a word for challenges on this list that the Russ board of different regions in Norway have decided upon and made available. I've looked at the Westland region list of challenges for this video, as that is where I live. But I imagine it's not far off from other regions.
Crazy.
A lot of the challenges are related to sex and alcohol, with 10 out of the 100 challenges on the list including the word sex, and 11 including the word drink. But all these are specified as being able to perform with non-alcoholic beverages, although most people will opt for the alcoholic variant. But there's a lot of variety in the weird things the list tasks you with doing. Eating breakfast in a roundabout is a classic. Other challenges involve sitting in your underwear for an entire class of school, consuming a given amount of alcohol in a certain amount of time, eating a burger in 2 bites.
But wait a second. If you sit in your underwear, do the teachers like understand it's Rus? Are they tolerant with it, or are they against it? The Rus is crawling by the royals when they pass the castle. Oh. Teachers don't usually care, so it's accepted in schools.
Or 1 bite on the most recent list. Having sex with a certain amount of people or a certain age of person. Spending the night in a tree, or spending the whole day with cat face paint.
Spending a night on a
There's
tree.
1 knot that required you to hold a deep 30-minute long conversation with a light post that I remember from my own Russe period. I also remember that me and a friend had to be witnesses for a couple that suddenly decided that they were going to get a knot by getting it on in a bush.
But what if the post, you're having a deep and meaningful conversation with the post and it doesn't reply to you? What if you make it bored? Do you still hold the conversation there? That's crazy. You like imagine you're just walking by and there's a guy 30 minutes talking to the post.
Honestly, they could have just been rustling the leaves for all I know. The most risky knot I got was from kissing a policewoman. On the cheek, I'm pretty sure, after asking for permission. Another challenge that keeps returning year after year is to have sex with a member of the local Russe board, the group in charge of deciding on the challenges in the first place.
What?
A clear conflict of interest, but I bet it's worked quite well over the years. The kindergartner Pink Russ also have challenges, although much tamer ones like eating a bowl of ice cream without using your hands, chewing an entire pack of chewing gum in one go, and changing the diaper on one of the younger kindergartners. There's enough interesting challenges on these lists to cover a whole nother video, if there's any.
Dude, this is basically what American streamers do. They take challenges doing IRL stuff, and you guys find it like normal. Like, yeah, we do this in Rus. That's really something, isn't it? I remember 1 knot was sleeping in a tent overnight in the yard of a teacher. What? Dude, those are crazy ideas. Oh, man. We saw Rus in Alt for Norge, right? And we also saw Rus in Lillehammer also.
Interest for that. But for now, let's move on. The 16th of May, the day before the Norwegian Constitution Day, our national day, is the last big night of partying. The Russ party all night, and then join in on the celebration with the rest of Norway on the 17th, taking part in public parades with the rest of the population in city centers across Norway, and are then presumably ineffective for a week before they start waking up again. These parades are always filled with children, as the 17th of May has a big focus on kids celebrating the country. The biggest parade is in Oslo, and goes past the palace where the royal family stands waving at the
This is so such a it's something that would only happen in Norway, where you can do these things and actually like in front of the royal family, because it's such a humble thing. We don't see the royal family from other countries, wave to the parade like that. But anyways, I just want to say a happy Constitution Day to everyone. If you haven't seen my post on YouTube or on Discord, so I know it's a little bit late, but happy 17th of May. It was 2 days ago, so still happy. Wishing you guys, hope you guys had a great time.
Passing parade for hours. And then, a year later, it all starts again with a new group of students, and so it will go.
Wait, the last year the prince was Russ as well? So he waved back to his family, maybe?
A year later, it all starts again with a new group of students, and so it will go with each passing generation. Because in Norway, the Russ celebration will probably forever stay as one of the biggest milestones on the journey into adulthood. One big party before reality sets in. If you liked this video, please like, comment, subscribe, and share it with other people you think might like it. And if you'd like to see more like it, please consider supporting me on Patreon, as I'm planning on letting people vote on which of my video ideas I should work on next, once I get a few more patrons in there. It's also going to help get the videos out faster if I'm able to cut down a little on my real job to give more attention to these videos. But in any case, I'm happy you gave me the time and attention. Have a lovely day.
Okay, that is awesome. If you enjoyed the video, go support the channel. Go check out the channel. It was on this video. He should be standing. Okay. You could see Princess Ingrid Alexander trying to signal to his brother. Okay, where was that? It was somewhere here, yeah. Somewhere over here.
Waving at the passing parade for hours, and then a...
Okay, yeah. Guys, let me know in the comments your Russ story, if it's not too, private. Let me know in the comments, what was your experience with Russ? After Russ, you might have Faderuka in university, which in mine lasted for a month. What is Faderuka? Do I remember what? I don't remember what Faderuka is. Faderuka. Is that something to do with confessing to the father? You could see Princess. Oh yeah, I read that one. The Rus also get baptism. Then they get their Rus name on that. Okay. Is that after the challenges? But okay, that's pretty interesting, guys. I've seen some videos that you guys showed me about Rus, and it is something. Faderuka is a week with a lot of partying to get to know your fellow students in university. Oh, okay. So it's a party leaving high school and a party getting into university. That's interesting. My celebration was boring. None of my class wanted to be Rus. Oh, so you can choose. It's not... Well, I think we have something like that in Brazil, which is you have to do a lot of challenges when you're in the first year of university, and we call it calouros. So yeah, there's something similar to that, but nothing like this. Rus is very well organized, as everything in Norway. There's like a lot of different challenges and specifications. But guys, let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. And yeah, if you want to request a video like Maria did, go over to Buy Me a Coffee. Guys, join us on Twitch. It will be so nice to have you there. Click over here to see the next video. Take care. Bye-bye.